Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the life of someone under 4 feet, y'all. Hope everyone's having a good day. Hope everyone had a good Thanksgiving. I know I did. I ate good. Today, I got my good friend on the show today. The world knows him as DJ Scenario from 105.1. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me, brother. It's a pleasure coming on here with you, man. You know, we be rocking out. So, to be on your show is dope.
Thank you, bro. Thanks for coming, man. How you doing, bro? How's your Thanksgiving?
It's good. My Thanksgiving was good. Spent it with family, and then, chill with the cousins afterwards and went out,
That's dope. Those are best memories right there. Best memories right there. Scenario, man. I heard you had a big turkey drive this week. Well, how did you do that? How did you plan that all out?
So I have a podcast. It's called the Party Starter Podcast. And I do it with DJ J5. He's a DJ from New York as well. And DJ Blue Diamond. She's a DJ as well. And we came together. We was like, let's use our sources. So let's do a turkey and food drive where we set a goal for 200 turkeys and 200 bags of groceries. Thanksgiving food in there that you can cook and stuff like that, as well as other things that you might have in your kitchen that might be good for you. So we set it out. We put it together. We started promoting it, and we were able to give out 200 turkeys to 200 families, and we just made it happen. It was good. It was kind of stressful getting the turkeys because a lot of these places were already like, we can't sell that many turkeys to you, or we don't have that many in stock. I went to 3 different vendors before I was able to get like all the turkeys. Actually, the first vendor was only allowed to give me 50 turkeys. The second vendor, they agreed. This is the thing too. They agreed to the 200, but then when the day came to pick them up, it was an issue where they only had 88 turkeys.
Oh wow!
So I had to call somebody and say, listen, I need your help. Shout out to DJ Self, by the way. So I called him. I was like, I need your help. He owns a restaurant called Seacoast. And I know he has a food vendor where you can buy food from different, like a Home Depot, but for food.
Yeah, like the Food Depot, they got the restaurant depot, they got
exactly. So I was able to go with him, and we set it up where I was able to get, the 200 turkeys and then, get the thing suffice. But it just happened to be that he called me at that moment that I found out this other vendor only had 88 turkeys. So it was like, it was God's plan. You know what I'm saying? That's just
God's plan, like Drake's song. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, man. It was great to see what y'all did, man. I thought it was really dope what y'all did.
Yeah.
What you did, Jay did, Blue Diamond did. It was really good to see how y'all get back to the community, man. Made you want to become a DJ? Like, what was that thing growing up that made you want to become a DJ today?
My DJing, I didn't want to be a DJ at first. I wanted to make music. I have a cousin that he used to make beats, right? But we used to make beats on, there was this video game called MTV Music Generator.
Yeah.
Right? And we used to make beats on that in his house. And we used to fall asleep, wake up, get back to it, make beats in his house. But there was this one kid, that I used to hang out with. We used to play ball at his house. And his father had DJ equipment. And his father was always DJing in the garage. Like his father was always outside, like doing the grass or something like that. Every time he came, he was always doing something in the house. But he also had DJ equipment in his garage that he used to play music on. So we used to go in there from time to time, see what he was doing, God rest his soul, he passed away maybe like 6-7 years ago, his father.
Oh, wow.
But so one day I went over there, but I didn't just go over there. We didn't just go over there to play basketball. It was just me and him, and we went and just was learning from his dad. And I started just learning from his dad, and then there was a time where he told me, go get a record. Back in the day, the record, the vinyl, the 12-inch, and he said, on that record, whatever record you pick, that's the record you're going to learn how to scratch on and mix on and stuff like that. We're going to learn how to flop out vinyls and stuff like that. So I picked out What's the Scenario from Leaders in New School, So what's the scenario? Here we go, yo. So
that's where the name came from?
That's where my name came from. So that song. So I was picking, every time he told me to pick a record, I would pick the same record over and over and over and over. So that became how he gave me the name, scenario. So that's how, I got into DJing because of him. And then I stopped for a little while. Then my sister had a boyfriend, that he used to DJ. So I remember there was one time that he had equipment and I was learning it. This is just when the big controllers came out. There wasn't turntables no more. They were just controllers. They just came out. Brand new just came out. And I was sitting with him and he was showing me different things. And that's how I got back into it again, because I stopped for a little while and then started making beats again. And then that's when I started getting back into it again, where we could only use CDs at the time, you know, where the vinyl turned into the CDs again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's where I get my name from as well.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that. All the years I've known you, I didn't know that's where Scenario came from. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's what my name came from. So that's one record. If you ever hear me play, you know that record means a lot to me.
I definitely will now. Definitely know. I'll remember that when next time I hear you play the record. Yeah. Now you look at the market. There's plenty of DJs. There's a lot of DJs. You got DJ Envy. You got DJ Polestar. You got DJ Camelo. You got DJ Scenario. You got DJ J5. DJ Blue Diamond. What would you tell to a kid that wants to get into market how they should start to get into this DJ market? What should they do to get their name out there, like you guys did back in the day when you guys worked on?
First, learn your music. First, learn your music. Learn the craft of DJing. You know what I'm saying? Even if you have the new CDJs or the vinyl, the controllers, you know, they're made now where you can use the controllers only. Learn all of them. You know what I'm saying? Learn all of them first. That's what I say first. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Then what I would say is start branding yourself. Start branding yourself using flyers, using, you know, word of mouth, have your friends talk about you, you know, things like that. It's always about content. So content is very important. Like this interview I'm doing with you right now is very important because it's content for us. Not just you, for me too, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, so this is a perfect platform. That's why I was like happy to do this interview with you. Yeah. You know, it's content. People always want to see you doing things. Yeah. You know, the more they see you doing things, it's like, wow. The more, you know, the more I talk, I was just on his show. Then you never know. Somebody else might, you think I can get on his show too? You know, it's all word of mouth. Like, listen, this kid going crazy. I always see him doing this. I always see him doing this. You know, when he's doing mad shows, I just see him doing mad shows where it's crazy. So you got to get him on that show too. You know what I mean? So I just say, first learn the craft. You know, as you're learning, you build up your social media, because you know how important social media is these days.
100%.
You know, build up your and just content. I think content, meaning videos, meaning make music CDs. You're a DJ, you make mixes, put them on Spotify, YouTube, iTunes, you know. And there's so many platforms for music. For music now that you can put your streaming service on stream when you're DJing, when you're practicing. Let people see you're human and you mess up. It's okay. You know what I'm saying? You just get better and better and better and better. You know what I'm saying? But first thing I say is just learn the music. Learn the music you really want to play. I say learn all the music. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that can never stop you from DJing anywhere. You know, being able to play, you know, from your Spanish music, going to the club and playing nothing but Spanish music, to going to a hip hop club and playing nothing but hip hop music. You know, I think just learn the music, so you know whenever you go and you're ready to face a crowd, that you know how to rock the crowd, and not just for one genre of music. You turn it up with salsa, bachata, dembow, hip hop, reggaeton. You know what I'm saying? Afrobeat, you know, reggae. It's just so many genres of music that I just think learn the music first, learn the craft, and then as you're doing that, start to try to build yourself up. You know what I mean? Word of mouth and content. Yeah. One thing I do say about it is when your time comes, doing all these things, when your time comes, you're ready. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because you never know when your time is going to be, like when your shot is going to be called. So you never know. I might see a DJ that just might start it, and I like him because I know, or I like her, for example, because I know, like, oh, wow, they're young and they're hungry and they're ready to come up. Wow, this person is going to really do their thing. Like, maybe I should call one of my peoples and be like, yo, you know, you should look at this DJ. He's brand new, or he's brand new, but he rocks. You know, because he was prepared when I was there to hear. You know, I can just go anywhere. I do that randomly, just pop up in different places. You know, I never know who's DJing at the time. It could be somebody random there I never even met. I'll go up to the DJ and go, Scenario, it's nice to meet you. What's your name? And from there, I can build a relationship and be like, yo, listen, I know somebody else, that promoter, that they might want an opening DJ for them. Maybe this will work for you. Hit them up. Tell them I said, yo, hit them up. Because I'll definitely call somebody and be like, yo, he was good. He rocked out. I have no shame in that. Listen, DJs that I rock with today, DJs, when I go sit in the club and I'm just hanging out with my people and I'm listening to a DJ and he's killing it, I'll make sure I go to the DJ booth like, yo, bro, what you just played, I'm that type. What you just played or how you just played it was crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Was crazy. That was dope. That was fire. Keep doing your thing. And I can know this person for 10 years already.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? And I still do that to this day. Like, still do that to this day to some of my people that I hang out with. Yo, bro, that you had just now was crazy. Yeah, you kept talking, and then, I didn't even know you was put those two together. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
But that's just me showing love. That's just me showing love back to the DJ. Me showing like, yo, what you do, I respect because I do the same thing. I respect what you do. No matter how you do it or how I do it, I respect you because I just came and heard you kill it. You know what I mean? I just heard you came and kill it, and I just want to salute you and let you know that keep doing it. That really boosts. That really gives a boost to a person feeling good.
100% without that. 100% without that. Yeah, 100%. Like when you get complimented, what you're doing, when somebody comes up to you, compliment you, like we compliment you, like, yo, hey, that's a fire ass, like you just say, bro, that's great.
That was, for example, I did the club last weekend, Saturday. I never did the club before. It was in Long Island, and I'm from Long Island, but I never did this club.
Hey, Long Island, me too, bro, Long Island.
Yeah. So I did this club, and I never did it before, and I just had to, yo, you did such a great job, wow. Owner talking about, hey, listen, you do any other spots? Listen, I got other spots in the city too. Take my number, you know what I'm saying? I love the way you DJ. It was perfect. So things like that make you feel good. Make you want to be like, wow, you know what I mean? That makes you feel good. That makes you leave and saying, I chose the right thing for me to do. Like, this is what I want to do for my life. This is what I chose to do. What I do tell people, what I do tell new DJs too is just don't make this a hobby. If you really want to do this, don't make this a hobby. And if you come to me, ask me for advice, I'm going to tell you that. Is this a hobby for you or this is something you want to do? Because I'll give you the hobby advice. Oh, just play whatever you want, But if this is something that you really want to do, I'll get in tune with you and be like, listen, I think you should do this. I think, this would be good for you because I made that mistake before I did this because this is not a hobby for me. This didn't even start as a hobby for me. I went there and learned. When I was going to my boy's house, I went there to learn. I didn't go there and say, oh, dude, no, I wanted to DJ and produce music. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I just tell them. If this is what you really want to do, then do it. But if it's just a hobby, then, take it as a hobby and go ahead, But this is not a hobby for me, and this is not a hobby for a lot of other people, like, a lot of my DJ peers. This is like bread and butter, and this is what this is what has them traveling around the world, doing clubs, 2-3 clubs a night, 12 clubs a week. Like a lot of my DJ peers are doing really well. You know what I'm saying? Because this is not a hobby for them. This is like, this is my thing. This is what I do,
Bread and butter, 100% bread and butter.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's good. That's 100%. That's great. That's great that you go up to DJs and tell them how to do it because it's always good to hear positive feedback and negative feedback. Because when you get negative feedback, it's good to know because then I'm not going to make this mistake when I go to the next club.
No, I've been there where I had to, where I have friends that are DJs that I was listening to, like maybe you should have just did this a little bit, but I don't do it there. You know what I'm saying? I let them continue to do their work. So I don't want to ever take somebody out their zone. You know what I mean? Just the same way I want somebody to come up to me. If you hear that I'm, messing up, come up, let me know. Like, I think you should have did this a little. You know what I mean? At this point, I don't know what it was, but let me know. But I like that because then I know. Okay, I remember at that time what I was playing and what I was doing and what I should do better. Because my job is to entertain. I'm an entertainer. My DJ, my mic skills, me talking on the mic, that's me emceeing. Me DJing is entertaining. Making people dance, making you feel people good. If it's your birthday, I want you to feel like, yo, it's the best birthday you ever had with the music I was playing, you having drinks and enjoying yourself in the club or lounge or whatever I'm doing. I'm here to entertain.
100%.
I'm an entertainer at the end of the day with my music and my mic skills. You know, so that's just how I feel about that.
100% without doubt. You're right. 100%. So now, has there ever been like you say you get feedback? Has there ever been like when you gave feedback and they snapped back at you? Like, how do you handle that? Like when you gave negative feedback, like, oh, that was not that good, and they snapped back at you. How do you handle that?
You know, for the most part, I've been blessed to be. I've been in the game over 15 years, right? And I'm still young because I started young. You know what I mean? So when I say that to say this, that a lot of the newer ones, the newer DJs, would take my advice and be like, okay, dope, I appreciate it. And a lot of the older ones that I already been with, or the ones that are like around my age or a little bit before me, a little bit after me, they take it because they respect the fact that I've been doing it for so long.
Yeah.
That they be like, they're like, okay, dope, you know, I appreciate that. You know, I appreciate that. I can't say I've ever had, and I want to be honest with you, I can't say I ever had somebody snap back, well, I don't care, you know what I'm saying, this and that, whatever. I don't care about your opinion. You know what I'm saying? Because an opinion is an opinion. Everybody has one. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Everybody has one. You can go wipe your booty with it and throw it away. But when it's somebody that you know that's been doing it for a while, you know what I'm saying? Like we're doing this interview, you know what I'm saying? I know you started this, but you've done it plenty. Like I've done the podcast, I've done plenty, but there's people that's been doing it longer than us. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So whenever they speak to me, or tell me what they think I should do or how they feel I went wrong or did something wrong, I don't take it as criticism. I don't take it as negative criticism. I take it as, you know what you're doing because I've seen your work. Yeah. You know, I've seen your work and I've seen how much work you put into your show or your podcast or your talk show, your television. I see how much work you put into that, and I know how successful it was for you. So to take criticism from you is okay, whether it's constructive or just, you know, positive or constructive. You know, it works out. And like I told you, I've been blessed to not have to deal with, well, I don't care what you say or your opinion doesn't matter, because, you know, the people that I've spoken to about these things, like, hey, listen, I think maybe your reggae was a little off, you know, tighten up with the reggae a little bit. You know, I'm just using that example, but I've never had that. Well, I don't care what you think, because, you know, it's always been like, yo, good luck. You know what I'm saying? I can make that better next time. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that, you know? Because the same way I give, you know, the applause to is the same way I'm going to make sure, because you do what I do. We do the same thing, right? You DJ, I do. You DJ, I do, right? Yeah. So if I'm coming up to you and I'm trying to tell you, listen, this might be a better way to do it, I'm just trying to help you get better. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to take nothing from you. I'm just trying to give you a little more source to add to what you already got. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to take nothing about you. So if I come up to you and say, yo, that shit was fire, boom, it's fire. If I come up to you like, yo, that little Spanish, hit me, you know what I'm saying? I'll give you some more Spanish music that you could go on, some newer Spanish.
Wow, that's dope.
Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, hit me. Let's exchange. Let's do this, because I can't go in. I don't want to go in a place and the DJ's not rocking, and then people start looking at me like, yo, why don't you go DJ? Why don't you go DJ? No, I came to hang out. I came to listen to the DJ. You know what I'm saying? I came to the party and hang with my people. You know, let the DJ rock. You know, that's his job. That's what he does. You know, one thing I don't like is when people say, oh, well, you know, they'll come and start looking like, this DJ messing up, this DJ messing up. But you're not a DJ, so you don't know what's going on up there. It's so, remember, all this stuff is electronics. You know what I'm saying? Everything we use is electronic. Yeah. You know, we can't control that. We can only fix that. Yeah. So if something happens with your computer, that's not our fault. It's the computer messed up. We got to fix the computer. There's so much stuff that goes on. And everything electronic from the CDJs to the wires, everything. So anything can happen while you're DJing. Anything. You know, I've been there.
Yeah, I think something like that happened on the boat too. Remember when we were on the boat? Something like that happened on the boat.
Wasn't getting a signal into my computer. I had to keep switching over to another computer. You see, it happens. You've been there. So you know, right? Yeah, so you know, firsthand, you know. And it was a good party once we got things rocking.
Yeah, you know that was a good party.
So, but what I'm saying is things happen. So for a person, for us to be sitting in the crowd and cheering and like hanging out and stuff like that, and people to look at me like what is he doing or this, that, the third? It's not my job. It's not my job to tell him what to do. Let him rock. He'll get it or she'll get it. You know what I'm saying? They hired them for a reason. You know what I mean? Let them rock. This is what they do. If you was a DJ, this is the same thing I tell people. If you was a DJ, go up there and DJ then. You know what I'm saying? Go up in there and DJ. Because I'm sure this kid or this girl put in hours to try to do this. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying everybody, and now, like, you just grab a laptop and become a DJ. You know, it's that simple. Before you had to search for records. You couldn't, it's not easy as downloading now.
Yeah.
Records. Before you really had to search record stores and
you
had to call the LA or call to Chicago. Like, yo, listen, I'm looking for a vinyl. I want to buy it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to buy it. Yeah, you really had to do all that. You had to call Miami, like, hey, listen. Or you had to get with one of your friends, like, listen, if you have an extra copy, can I buy it from you? You know what I mean? If it's down there, can you buy it? Buy 2 copies, you know? And those days you needed. So it was like, it's not as easy as it used to be.
Gotcha.
You know, but like I said, this is electronic. So at the end of the day, you don't know what he's going through. So if you was a DJ, you would understand, you know? Like, I understand, okay, if he messed up that one, I probably heard what happened, you know, because I hear it differently. Because I know what goes on through the computer for the speakers, you know? I probably heard it differently than you heard. You heard him just messing up. I heard him.
You got a different type of set of ears. You got like a whole different type of set of ears than a normal
Exactly. Yeah. You just heard the song messing up or it didn't blend right. I heard the crossfader. I heard the mic go off. I heard, you know, there's so much stuff that I heard that you probably didn't catch, you know, that messed up that song or messed up that transition, you know, to keep the party rocking. But just let them do their job.
Gotcha, 100%.
That's what I say. That's just let them do their job.
100%. Because at the end of the day, y'all human too. Y'all not no special species. Y'all human too. Y'all make mistakes.
Yeah.
I see the whole time in clubs. I see the whole time in clubs when they go after DJs. I'm like, he made a mistake. Give him a second. He'll fix him up.
Yeah. He'll get it back.
What happened here?
You see this setup behind me? After I get here on this side and do what I gotta do, making beats, I'll go right there, turn it on. Gotta practice. I'll practice.
Gotcha.
You know, I'll practice. That's what practice is for. You know, you continue to practice.
Yeah.
I don't care how much you master this.
Yeah.
You still have to practice this.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? You want to practice your cutting. You want to practice your talking. You know, you want to practice what song goes into what song. You know, you want to practice. You have to practice. There's so much music coming out. So much ways you want to download it. Different ways you want to play it. You don't want to play. You don't want to get into that corner where you sound like every other DJ. No, you want to get into a corner where you play your music. It don't matter if you and the other DJ play the same songs. You want to get it into a way that you played it. You know what I'm saying? Okay. The way you rock it. I don't care if he played the same songs as me. The way I'm going to play it is my way. And I'm going to show you why. You know, that's why you practice. You practice your talking. You practice your mixing. You practice all of that.
100%. You know, 100%. Like they say, practice makes perfect. You make a mistake, fix your mistake.
Exactly.
Take advice, positive advice, negative advice, whatever advice you got, don't take it the bad way. They're giving it to give to you for you to make yourself better, or so you become a better DJ or whatever craft you're in, better player, whatever. 100%. Without that, I can't do it in everything you said. Now, you said that you have a trio with you, Blue Diamond, J5, and you did this and there. How did this trio came up as the party starters? How did you guys come up with this idea? Let's all three of us become the party starters.
All right, so back in 2000, I want to say 2010.
Yeah.
Right. I went out to 2011. I went out to Toronto, and it's a funny story. I went out to Toronto, and I was with Pro Style. DJ Pro Style is a really big DJ from he's a really big DJ, and he happened to be booked out there, so I went. And me and him were sitting down talking, and before he had the DJ, you know, we went a little early to hear what the other DJ was playing. He's from Toronto, so we wanted to see what the things they were playing.
Gotcha.
So we're sitting down, and, you know, we get a couple drinks, and we're chilling there, and he's talking to me, and I'm talking to him. So for a second, he starts talking to another friend that was with us, you know what I'm saying? So they start talking. A girl sits next to me. Said, you know, I see you with the Yankee hat. I had a Yankee hat on, New York Yankee hat on. Usually people from here don't wear Yankee hats. Yeah. So I was like, so I started laughing. I'm like, no, I'm from New York. It's at the third. Oh, she said, so what you doing here? I believe it was Caravana weekend.
Yeah.
So what you doing here? So basically I was like, oh, we're about, DJ. My boy got a DJ, he's on that and stuff like that. Oh, so you came to start the party.
Oh, wow.
So from there, I was like, oh, that, yeah, we came to be the party starter. We came to start the party. So that's how that name came about. Some girl, I think I would pay her if I would find out who she was. You know what I'm saying? Just for giving me that name. So
really?
then, yeah. Then I came back. We came back from Toronto. I have a friend of mine. He's like a business partner. He's one of my closest friends. His name is Perez. And we were doing a club. And we was like, damn, we gotta make something that separates us, So I gotta make something that separates us. At that point, I was already on the mic shouting out, "You're rocking with the party starter, DJ Scenario. DJ Scenario, you the party starter. I'm the party starter, DJ Scenario." You know what I'm saying? I was already shouting that out. He said, "Why don't we just make the party starters?"
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we started making the party starters. We added a couple friends that always come out. Nighttime people that. The party starters is based on no matter who, no matter where, what you're doing, who you are as a person. People gravitate towards you because you make parties, make things fun. Everything's fun when you're around. You know what I'm saying? So we got a bunch of our friends that are like that. That no matter where they go, they're kind of the life of the party or would want to make a party out of any situation. We could be sitting in a subway. You know what I'm saying? And they'll just make fun of the situation, have fun for the situation, lighten up the situation. So we just decided, like, okay, that's our thing. We're gonna be a group of guys and girls that just, no matter where we go, we're gonna set the tone and set the party. Like, oh, snap, the party started here. They turn up, they get right. They make the party a little liver than what it is. We go into your party's live. We want to add to that. You know what I mean? So fast forward a couple of years, I want to say about 2017, I started, I was like, all right, I want to do a podcast. And what happened was it didn't come into fruition because I didn't know who to pick.
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't decide, I didn't know who I wanted to pick, right? Who to do it with. I had two people, but when I sat back and really thought about my relationship with them and how it would come off, like us three talking, it didn't work. Like, it didn't work in my mind. You know what I'm saying? I didn't feel like it was going to work in my mind. So what happened was I decided to, let's go. Then I decided, all right, well, I know I'm close with DJ J5 and I'm really close with Blue Diamond because, especially Blue Diamond, and J5 is my brother, that's one. Blue Diamond, I kind of gave her like the steps to start DJing. I kind of like taught her how to DJ at first. You know what I'm saying? And she's taking lessons from other people, but she'll tell you herself, like the person she came up to said, listen, I want to DJ. And I kind of like blew her off. I was like, listen, I don't, like the same thing I told you, I don't do this for a hobby. You know what I'm saying?
For a living.
Yeah, I do this for a living. You know what I'm saying? This is when I first met her. You know what I'm saying? She said, I think I want to DJ. Girls and guys be like iffy about what they want to do with their life. You know what I'm saying? Like all the time. And I don't blame you. You go through that. That's life. So she hit me with that question, and I told her, I don't do this for a hobby. So if you're going to take it seriously, let me know. 2 days passed, she called me. Called me, said, hey, listen, I want to do this seriously. I said, you sure? I said, okay, bet. The same night I told her, meet me here. We went to a studio. I started teaching her what these buttons mean, what this means, how this means. Basically giving her a class, a one-on-one, basically giving her a class, teaching her, she'll tell you for herself, how we did this, and then from then on, I kind of like, whenever she had time, I would go to where she was set up at, where she had a DJ set up, where I could teach her, then giving her music to have, like, here's music, use this library, sitting with her. She put in the work, I'm not gonna lie. She put in the work, sitting with her, listening to her, and telling her, just like she's one of the people, listen, that didn't sound good. You know what I'm saying? And she's one of the people like, damn, okay, bet, I'm going to try this. She's one of those people, all right, I'm going to try this then. To make it sound, she's all about perfecting what she got going on. So she'll make the mistakes on camera. She'll make the mistakes in by herself. She'll make the mistakes. And she'll tell you herself, look, I'm not perfect. Like, I haven't been doing this for over 10 years, but where she is, with her popularity already, it worked out You know what I mean? Because she took it seriously. After I told her, you know, this is not a hobby. You should do this seriously, you know. And she was serious, so that's how I didn't hesitate to like, let's teach you, because you called me back and was like, you're serious, you know. I didn't call you and ask you, hey, you think you want to DJ still? You know, you called me and said, listen, I want to do this, which, you know, got her to where she's at now, you know. Same thing, we all learn from somebody. Like, listen, I've taken different things from different DJs. You know, I've learned from different DJs. You know, some of my favorite DJs like Red Alert, Pro Style. I gotta give a big shout out to DJ Word of Mouth, because you know, me and him, especially him, because there was a lot of late nights he would call me to be like, I'm off, you know what I'm saying? Come to my house, learn to scratch, or I'm off, you know, let's learn how to blend this a little better. Let's get your Spanish up to par. And I'm Spanish, you know, I'm Puerto Rican too. So, but he'll just make sure, like, if I'm out there, that I'm doing my thing. You know what I'm saying? And I give a big shout out to him for that. You know what I mean? For Pro Style, teaching me the business and stuff like that. And from DJ Red Alert, because I fell in love with the DJing because of him. I learned the business and DJing because of Pro Style. And I really got into, you know, my vocals and stuff like that, and the blending and everything, because DJ Word of Mouth. You know what I'm saying? So those are my guys. Those are like the core guys that I really like. Oh shit, you know, those are my go-to, like, you know, the people I look up to. And as far, and these are people that are like same age as me, or a little, you know, Red Alert is real older, but you know, he's the reason I fell in love with DJing at the time. So, but how I got, but when I get back to Blue, she's one of those people that was like, I'm ready, you know, I'm with you. And J5, the same thing. It was like, I'm with you, you know, whatever you want to do. Then I had to figure out what I was going to call it. You know, I was going to figure out what I was going to call it. And I was like, you know what? Just call it the Party Starter Podcast. It's three DJs, three different DJ perspectives, you know, about nightlife, the culture, music, fashion, news, you know what I'm saying? Industry news. We talk about everything. You know, we talk about everything. And I was like, it makes perfect sense, because I know my relationship, especially when we hang out together, it's like we're like a family, you know? And that's why I rock with them so much, because they trust me, you know what I mean? There's never has been a time where they'd be like, I don't think so, you know what I'm saying? If I come up with a plan for the Party Starters, or they come up with a plan or a situation that makes it better, they're always like, we're with you, we're with you, we're with you. You know what I'm saying? So that's how the food drive came. Let's do a food drive. We're with you. Let's go. Blue Diamond wants to do a toy drive. We're with you. Let's go. You know, so it felt real. It felt more organic to get with them than the other two people I had in mind at first, because I knew that wouldn't have worked out the way it worked out for us now. It's working out for us now, you know.
That's dope. That's dope. 100%. That's dope. When you guys have, when you, like, even my sports channel, when I know, like, when you have that connection with those people, you can rock on. There's no, like, you got to keep it in you, anything. You can rock out. You feel comfortable, say whatever you say. That's why whenever you make a partnership with a group of people, it's like always, you got to have that comfortable. You got to be comfortable with what you say with each other.
Yeah, exactly.
You got to make sure you trust the other person not to open their mouth before you even say that idea. That's 100%. That's really important. 100% agree with you on that one. Now, within, like, you've been in DJ, you said, for the last 15 years. When you were first getting into the game, were there people that were doubting you in your own group, your own circle at the time?
Of course. Yeah, listen, they were I have friends that, you know, friends that literally, he don't know how to DJ. What is he doing? You know what I'm saying? Oh, wow. Literally. You know, but I spent the time, I separated myself a little bit. I'm not gonna say this didn't happen. I separated myself a little bit to learn more. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say, when to do our DJs, learn it first, you know? Learn the music, learn how to use the equipment. Take apart the equipment, plug it back up. Take it apart, plug it back up. So, you know, that's why I separated myself when I was first DJ, because there was a lot of people like, you want to DJ? What? You want to DJ? You want to DJ? What? You know, but I was always into the music. It was always my thing. So why not? I learned it before I stopped. I learned it again. Why not continue in that and see what happens? You never know what happens. You know what I'm saying? And I was way younger, so at that moment, I could have made any decision and been cool with it because I had time. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying just because you're young, you got time, you never know. But God forbid anything. But I'm just saying, you feel like you have all the time in the world, so why not do something I love, DJing? Look, DJing has brought me, to many countries from Bermuda, Jamaica, St. Martin, the Bahamas, Dominican Republic. Like, there's just so many. I've been to LA, San Diego, you forget about it, Toronto. Like, it's just been so many places. Like, I could keep going on, especially in this country where DJing has taken me, where DJing has taken me to go DJ and stuff like that too. But what I'm saying is, there's always going to be doubters. Even Jesus had haters. You know what I'm saying? That's how I always say it. Even Jesus had haters. So just take it and use it as fuel, and I don't want to sound like, oh, everybody says this, but really use that, really prove people wrong, and then once you prove yourself that you can do it first, prove to yourself that you can do it, because that proof will then prove everybody else wrong, prove that you got it in you, and do that for yourself.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, nobody, I can't say this for everybody, but nobody puts clothes in your back, food in your mouth. You do it. You make the decisions for yourself. So just prove to yourself that you know that you can do this. Prove it to yourself. And once you got it, that's going to show everybody else, like, oh, snap, wow, he really can DJ, or he really does do this. Trust me, I've had people from 10 years ago that said, listen to me. I'm going to tell you a story. I had somebody tell me, you shouldn't DJ no more. They don't rock with you. To my face, right?
Yeah.
Said this. And the first thing I said was, you're bugging. This is not for you anymore, probably. But this is definitely for me. I want to say the next 3 months, I've got a job. I got the job at a radio, right?
Yeah.
They told me I would never get a job at radio, this person, right?
Yeah.
The next thing they said after that said, you'll never be able to DJ on radio.
Oh, wow.
And the same radio station that I'm on now, I made it and I DJ'd on the station multiple times already. Oh, so you can't tell. That's just a testament right there that somebody that was supposed to be like my dog and pushing me that just keep going, told me you'll never make it to the radio and you'll never DJ on it. Just like that. Wow. You should just stop and be my assistant. They wanted me to be like an assistant or something. What? To who? That's not even my DNA. Are you bugging? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not for me.
Yeah.
I know what's for me.
Yeah.
You understand? I know what's for me. So when I made that, it was an accomplishment that I knew that I did it for myself first. And I know this person, it was like, oh, sad, he did it. I know they said that to themselves because there's no way, because I was going crazy when I first got on the radio. I was going crazy, showing up, promoting it. Oh my God. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody was posting. And we still, even though I don't follow this person anymore and stuff like that, they still follow the people I follow. And all those people showed me love. So I know he's seen it, that this person seen it. And he was like, yeah, I know he had to be like, wow, he did make it. Oh, snap, So what I'm saying is prove to yourself, it'll prove it to everybody else. But prove it that you can do it for yourself first. And that's an important person. The person that matters the most is yourself. Once you do it for yourself, all doors are going to open. I'm telling you.
Okay. 100%. It's crazy how your own people be the ones that be hating on you. Like your
own people for sure.
Like crazy. Like these are the people you rock with. Like these are your best friends. Like these are the people that support you. They're supposed to support you in everything. They don't. They back up. They're like, yo, we don't know you. But then once you start making up that ladder, they all start hitting you up. Yo, you remember me?
Exactly. And it's like, you wasn't with me shooting in the gym.
So do people hit you up for favors now? Like that were doubting you back in the day? Now they're like,
of course. Of course. Now it's like, hey, yo, I'm throwing a party for this person. You think you could DJ? It's like those calls now. Or, yo, you think you could get me connected up there or do something for me up there? Or, it's always those calls. Or where you hanging out? Can I come hang out with you now? It's like, I'm doing the job that you said I wasn't going to be able to do. I'm doing this, I'm doing something that I love, that I said I'm going to continue doing, but you said I couldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? Or you was doubting me. And I know it for a fact because I felt a change and everything when I started doing you know, you know when somebody rocks with you and you understand, you get the vibe. It's an energy that you just like, hold on. You know, you wasn't rocking with me before. You was rocking with me, and then I told you I want to do this, and now you're like, what? You're really downplaying what I'm trying to accomplish. You know what I'm saying? So I did it for myself, and now I get those calls like, hey, yo, you think you give me tickets for this show, or yo, you think you can plug me with this person, or it's a bunch of those too.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I see you all the time. Like, they definitely probably, scenarios. Can I get a favor over there? Can you help me with the president? 100%.
Of course.
Yeah, it's great. But like, they all want to be. Nobody's in the crowd when you're at the bottom. But once you get to the top, everyone's your boy. Everyone's your friend.
And I'm saying this to I'm not even where I want to be.
Yeah.
I'm just not where you first told me where it wasn't going to happen for me. I'm nowhere near there, but I'm not where I want to be yet. But I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna go. You know, I'm gonna go.
100%.
I'm gonna keep going. But I'm definitely not where you thought I was gonna stay. You know, or the person that was hating. I'm definitely not there no more. You know what I'm saying? And I can tell because I can tell the way you're acting. I tell you where you're acting for things. You know, so you see that and you just move accordingly, man. You just move accordingly, and you really stay down with the people that have just been down with you.
That's dope. 100%. Yeah, man, it's good to see what you're doing, bro. Like how you started 15 years ago, started from nowhere, from scratch, from scratch, bro. And now you're one of the big DJs.
This is definitely, and this is not overnight. I'm telling you, this is not overnight for people that think, because there was a year straight where I didn't DJ at all. You know what I'm saying? There was a year straight where I didn't DJ at all. Wow. So this is not overnight. It takes time. That's why I tell you, it takes time. So just put in time, put in the work. You know, put in the work to be great. Practice, you know, and just get it done. But don't give up on yourself. Always believe that, you know, this can be for you if you really want it. You know, because there's been times when I've been at the lowest with this, you know. Like, dad, people ain't booking me and this and that and the third. And why? Just, you start to question yourself. Like, is this what you want to do? Like, oh, man, it's already been 5 years and I'm still not where I want to be or doing what I want to do yet. But it takes time. Sometimes it happens a little quicker for a lot of, you know, certain people, but it takes time. Everything is time. As long as you put in the work, you know, the proper preparation, you know, you'll be ready. Just be prepared. Yep. Just be prepared. When your number gets called, just be prepared. Like, listen, you'll never know who's going to call you. Be like, listen, I need a DJ for, you know, to DJ for the president. You never know what could be the call. But just be.
Hopefully you do that one day, bro. Can't wait for that call.
Yeah.
Hopefully you get that
call. When you get that call, it's just be ready. Yeah. You know, just be ready. And ready is to practice and knowing your music and you know, being with other DJs, going to listen to other DJs, listen how they rock out, listen how they sound, you know what I mean? Yeah. I'm not saying be them, but I'm just saying
learn from them.
Yeah, learn. You pick and choose what you want to take and what you want to hold on to, and you make it your own, you know? You take 10 different DJs, one thing from 10 different DJs, and then you apply it to you. That now you got a skill from all 10 different DJs plus your own, and you add that. Forget it, you be unstoppable. You know.
Yeah. Now I got a question. I got to change a little topic now because you say you're from Long Island. How are you from Long Island and an Eagles fan? How does that act? How does that work for Long Island?
I've been an Eagles fan. I've been an Eagles fan for a long time. Donovan McNabb, you know what I'm saying? Since Donovan McNabb first got onto the Eagles. Oh, wow. You know what I'm saying? So I've been an Eagle that long. I growing up from like ages from like I can remember to like 10 years old. I used to rock with the Cowboys because of my uncle. He was a Cowboy fan, so he drilled it. You know what I'm saying? Like Cowboys this. But then when I started playing football for myself, you know, playing outside and stuff like that, it's like this is the team I like. You know what I'm saying? This is the team, Philly. So, you know, I was like hyped when they first won the championship, you know. Yeah. But because it took a long time to get there, you know. We've been there, but we never, you know, completed.
We never won it.
Yeah.
And y'all beat the GOAT, too. Y'all beat the GOAT, the greatest quarterback of all time to get your first one.
Yeah. You see what I'm saying? And I just love it. I just love the Eagles. I love the city. You know, I've DJ'd out there plenty of times, like maybe I want to say a handful of times I DJ'd out there, and the people, the DJs I rock with, they're cool. You know what I'm saying? The promoters out there have booked me and cool as hell. You know what I'm saying? So I really got love for the city. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just an Eagles fan. I just like the Eagles.
Yeah, y'all got a good quarterback out there, Jalen Hurts. Y'all a good quarterback.
Yeah.
But
So we took a terrible loss this past weekend, but that didn't make no sense. But okay.
But I guess, how did you handle? Because I know you're an Eagle fan, and a lot of your friends are Giants fans. How did you handle last season when y'all lost that game against the Washington football team, and the Giants fan calling like saying, "Oh, Eagles, y'all lost on purpose"? How did you react to them when they all hated?
It's kind of well, you know what? It seemed like they did lose on purpose because they wasn't playing the way they should have been playing the whole entire season they were playing. And they knew, like, if we just take the L's, this will work out for us. So it was a lot of talk about that. Like you said, a lot of talk about that. But, you know, at the end of the day, he still played. You know, we still played. We still showed up. Giving up and not forfeiting, then it would be like, yeah, you guys definitely do that. It seemed, you know, from me, I'm a fan of them, but it did seem like we were just throwing away the rest of the season, boom, just because we knew how it was going to go, and it didn't make no sense for us. But, you know, Giants weren't wrong for saying those things, you know? They weren't wrong.
DJ Scenario, thank you for coming on the show today, guys. You guys make sure
thank you so much, man.
Follow his page, DJ Scenario. He's gonna be up there one day. He's gonna be up there with Khaled one day because this guy knows how to perform. And DJ makes a fine fuego. I've been to the boat party where he was playing.
Appreciate
phenomenal job.
I appreciate your support too. I want to let everybody know that you did donate to our turkey drive. You made it happen. You did feed families, and I want to thank you so much because with your donation, we were able to feed families too and helping out. And we thank you so much, man. We appreciate you. And everything you're doing right now, we appreciate it. Keep it up.
Thank you.
You know, we got mad love for you. Whenever you see us, there's always love. And you want to come and rock out with us, you know, you're more than welcome to your family. We got you. Thank you so much. And thank you for allowing me on your platform to talk to your fans and talk with you, man. Thank you.
Thank you. That means a lot what you said to me at the end. That means a lot because in today's society, there's not a lot of love. There's a lot of hate now.
Yeah.
And it meant a lot to what you just said to me. Now I might go tee up a little bit. Man, a lot to me, bro. Thank you so much for your kind words. Thank you so much for taking the time out. And I much appreciate it. Much love. Thank you, bro.
Keep killing, brother. Keep killing. I appreciate you.